What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and today is July 3rd, 2025, and today marks the 18-year anniversary of the release of Transformers, the 2007 live-action film directed by Michael Bay that was released 18 years ago today, and wow, I can't believe it has been nearly 20 years since the release of that film. And I remember that day so vividly. I remember it like it was just a few years ago because I was super excited about it. And it's not a day that you just forget. I was lining up for 2 hours, maybe a little bit more, because they didn't have reserved seating back then. And as soon as the doors opened, I just ran to get the best seat in the house. And what an experience. I went to enjoy that film and theatrically 7 more times. And you're probably wondering, where have I been and why am I back? Well, you guys already know why I'm back. I'm sure you guys read the news, or the rumor rather, about Michael Bay coming back, and we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about that in 4 videos because there's a bit of a timeline of events leading up to this, and I want to start off with this image that I was shared with on Instagram and Twitter. It's a low-res image of Shia Labeouf and Megan Fox, and the title of this movie is Transformers: Rise of Unicron, and it says, I'll just read what it says, okay? I'm sure you guys have seen this image. I just want to talk about it. I think it's a great time to talk about it. There's a new rumor going around that Paramount has a future live-action Transformers film in the works with Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox, and some of the original cast reportedly returning in an endgame type of movie for Michael Bay's universe. So when I first saw that, I immediately thought, this is such nonsense. This is not happening. Absolutely not happening. Not in a million years happening. Okay, because, well, you got to think about, okay, look at the cast members. Where are both of our 2 lead roles in life right now? Okay, Megan Fox is doing her own thing. She doesn't even look the way she looks like she did 18 years ago. Shia LaBeouf, he's got his own issues, personal issues that he's dealing with. I don't think he's coming back and both of them for the same reason, and that is, I don't believe that they actually want to ever work with Michael Bay ever again. Okay, now a lot of time has passed. Okay, so maybe all that stuff is just river under the bridge, or water under the river, water under the bridge, whatever. Okay, so maybe all that stuff has blown over. Everybody's cool, and it'll be quite a reunion. But I just think that that's just not gonna happen. It's just such a tall order to get both of these back. They've done so many changes in Transformers with new cast members, and then you got Bumblebee and then Rise of the Beast and Transformers 1. So a lot has been going on, but I'll tell you one thing. Now, we've seen the box office of Bumblebee, which is, relatively speaking, for the smaller type of movie it is, that was quite successful. But Rise of the Beast, for a big move, the big movie that it is, wasn't a financial success, and neither was Transformers 1, despite the quality of the storytelling, and despite the fact that people loved that film and really wanted a sequel. Unfortunately, the box office is super low, and so I was just thinking, if this were to really happen, Michael Bay back, Shia LaBeouf back, Megan Fox back, and then an Endgame style return, I think that would bring us back. Like, I don't want to say course correct, but I want to say box office correct. If they want to see something that'll be like I won't say box office gold, but at least something that'll bring the studios pretty successful box office, I would say that this could be a working formula. Now, the movie could be like crap, okay? The movie, because it could be in the same quality as Age of Extinction and The Last Night, with the latter being the worst one of them all. One of the worst movies I've ever seen, okay? It has some moments, okay? But, Michael Bay has his own style, and it doesn't doesn't rub people the right way, you know. So, but still, a lot of people like it, and I totally get that. I mean, a lot of his films are guilty pleasures of mine, and I acknowledge and recognize the fact that these aren't great pieces of storytelling, but visually, they can be pretty exciting, high kinetic energy level, like next level action type stuff, right? Just non-stop craziness. Like some people really like that sort of thing, and I think that a lot of fans want to see this happen. I just think that this is just take it as rumor. I don't think this is happening. I definitely don't think the two main cast members are coming back. I don't think Mark Wahlberg's ever coming back. I don't think Josh Duhamel's even coming back. Tyrese is the only one that'll probably want to come back. He's been wanting to come back for a long, long time. But I definitely don't see Megan Fox and Shia LaBeouf coming back. But if they were, let's say if they were to happen, I think it'd be a pretty big movie. Like a pretty big movie. And considering that this rumor, I mean, you could write anything you want in a rumor, but if the rumor says reportedly returning in an Endgame type of movie, okay, well, we know what Avengers Endgame was like, and now that's the new standard, right? So by that, you're bringing lots and lots and lots of robots. I mean, we might fall for, I think some fans might fall for what he did with Revenge of the Fallen. Says, you want lots of robots? I'm going to give you lots of robots. But that ended up being a pretty bad movie, right? So he might just bring in tons of robots, tons and tons and tons of robot characters. We might see a crazy trailer where we see Hound and Drift and you know, Dinobots and whatever, but they might only just appear for like a short, you know, screen time like they normally do. Like they, you know, all the robots have very limited screen time in Michael Bay's movies. But maybe he'll learn from Rise of the Beast and make a better movie. But anyways, I'm just here to talk about this rumor. Stay tuned for my next video where we're going to talk about the fate of Transformers 1. Okay? Anyways, this is a 4-part video. I'm going to continue with part 2 in the next video. Stay tuned for that. Okay? See you later. Peace.